Ebobi Igbo Mamanu asimka nko echiri ya zelu dịka o si dị gị bụ onye ọma na-ege ntị daalụ nne na ụmụ ife kunu si wee na-esola anyị n'ihe anyị na-eme n'elu akwụkwọ n'ụbọchị nke taa na Eastern News 24 bịa bụ ife anyị na-akpọ ya evening tea dịka unu si wee malụ ọ evening tea ka anyị na-akpọ ya ihe a bụ gbasịta maka ihe na-eme n'obodo a and gbasịta maka ngwụrụwa na-azọ emeka bụ ka ọ dị na ọbụla ya dị enye unu update ihe na-emegasị ebe dị iche iche kwuru na aghọta ife na-emenụ ọ ga-enye aka anyị na-akwado ụwa ya ọfụma n'ife ha na-eme maka information is power so ya mere anyị ji wee na-agba mbọ iwetara unu ya bụ nnukwu ozi anyị na-akpọ evening tea n'elu akwụkwọ ma dịka o si dị o nwere ihe Biafra prime minister nwere ikwe anyị n'elu akwụkwọ n'ụbọchị nke taa a ma chọkwa onye ọbụla bụ Igbo ọma na-ege ntị na-anụ olu m na-anụ asụsụ m na-asụ gee ya bụ ife ị ga-esi ya ịdrọpụla your own contribution, your own comment n'elu akwụkwọ gbasara maka ihe ndị a niile Biafra prime minister kwuo. All right, over to you, sir.
My prime minister for the explanation. God bless you, sir.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, Rage and Fury. And I can feel the rage in you there. Thank you very much. We move and I appreciate our prime minister. That was a very detailed explanation, and even the deaf could hear it. That packaged truth that cannot be covered. Thank you so much. And then we'll go very fast. Please, 60 seconds to you. Mazi, Gina, and Merem, please quickly bring your question. 60 seconds.
Okay. Good evening, my prime minister of the Biafra people. We greet you, sir. We are seeing your hard work, and thank you so much for standing up for this wonderful, for our wonderful brothers Israel. And I just want to say, ask you something, please. Can you please pardon us and tell the people that doesn't know the relationship between Biafra and Israel? Can you please share more light about the relationship between us? Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. As everybody who may, or those who may not understand the relationship between us and Israel, we are the descendant of the Jews, and we are part of the Jews of Africa. A lot of people, a lot of researchers have actually said that Israel came from us, that the Jews came from us, and that we are the original Jews. So there has been a lot of research, and scholar opinion about Biafra, the descendant, the people of the gods. So we are, I would say, the original Jews. And having said that, during the time, even before the Biafra War, the state of Israel participated, although that time they played the double standard of supporting Biafra and at the same time supporting Israel, supporting Nigeria. And I wouldn't blame them, because they worked based on the information available to them as at that time. But now, a lot of secret is out. So they wouldn't do that double standard again. During the time of the Biafra-Nigeria war, over 50 Israeli Jewish organizations supported Biafra, because they have come to understand that indeed we are the people of God, the descendant of Jews, like you have them in Ethiopia. It is only in Biafra land that Nigeria succeeded in ridiculing the Jews, the Biafra people. But in Ethiopia today, for example, they recognized the Ethiopian Jews. But Nigeria and the Britain worked tirelessly to ridicule us before any person, before any government in the world. They ridiculed us. They told them very bad things about Biafra, and in quest to silence and block whoever that will wish to help Biafra to gain independence from Nigeria. So the war we are fighting is the most difficult, the most complicated, the most difficult task. And our freedom will come like no other freedom in the history of mankind. That's why we understand the complexity of fighting for our freedom to exit Nigeria. So, in a nutshell, the answer to your question, or to address the people, is that we, the Biafra people, are the people of Jews. And we are the descendants of Jews, and we are the black Jews, just like you have them in Ethiopia. And the Ethiopia Jews, for example, were recognized by the Israeli government, and they can travel to Israel without a visa. They are treated just like them, one of them in Israel, but not the people of Biafra, because Nigeria and Britain made it possible to block that particular opportunity and possibility. But we are not going to give up. We know that in time to come, we are not going to look for them, they will look for us. Just like today, as this war is going on, we know that now it is just a technological war where the drone is doing its job, they are firing rockets and all that. But the time will come when they are going to need the ground troop. Biafra will offer them 15,000 men. It may even increase, to show that we will never forget our roots. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, sir. I'm so happy with your wisdom. Thank you so much. And I'll say, talking about recognizing Jews in Ethiopia, I also want to tell you, sir, in Aguleri, I'm from Anamu, and I was born and brought up in Aguleri. In Aguleri, there is a place called Enugu Aguleri. That Enugu Aguleri is where Eri was buried. If you want to our listeners, go to Genesis chapter 46, verse 16. You will see where Bible mentioned Eri left Egypt. So let me not go far from that place. So every year in Aguleri we celebrate Eri Day, and in that day, Israel people used to come there. Some dwarf people used to do some rituals, and that place that Eri was buried, there's one tree that have three fruits. That is Trinity. That tree grew up where it was buried. Thank you, sir. If you want to investigate, go to Aguleri, you will see it there. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. We know the area, and we know the people of God that are, the history is very rich there. But I'm not here to share the history of the Eri kingdom or the people in Aguleri and all that. Everybody knows that. But just for the people who don't understand why Biafrans are standing with Israel, we are not actually standing with Israel. We are standing for ourselves, because we and Israel are the same. So it is we were standing with Israel just because we found ourselves in different climes, different country, different zone. So standing with Israel is also standing for ourselves. We can never be wiped away and wiped out of the surface of the earth. Exterminating Israel, annihilating Israel is the same as annihilating us. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you, Chinemere. Thank you so much. As you go back to listening, and we bring up national opinion. National opinion, the hand is up. Please, 60 seconds. Bring your question.
All right, greetings, everyone. Greetings, Mr. Simon Ifa. Greetings, everyone on this case. I just wanted to ask a little question. This situation on ground has been there for many years, and if you go to Mazen Nnamdi profile page, you are going to see that the flag of Israel is hoisted on his timeline, to show you our collaboration and our togetherness with the people of Israel. So these attacks on Israel has come as a huge shock to us. So my question is, what is our defense mechanism right here in Nigeria? Because we are endangered. If you check, last 2 weeks there were reports of movement of the Shiites in Abuja. They were, protesting about the Palestine and the whole thing. So what is our our defense mechanism. What defense mechanisms do you think are in place for Biafrans in case of any impending danger? Because, that's just what I wanted to ask.
Of course, the defense mechanism is not what I'm going to share with you. It's a security question. But what I can assure you is that during the time that we're killing us, whenever there is issue with Israel and Palestine, then we do not have Liberation Army. We don't have arms to defend ourselves. So that is different today. That's why you have not seen any record of somebody being killed, Biafra being killed in the north, or their businesses being burned. Because like I said, any day they do it this time around, we will divide Nigeria into two. We'll cut Nigeria, not divide. We'll cut it into two. And those who understand what I mean by cutting into two will understand me. Of course, not to ordinary person in Nigeria, they will not understand. But the military, the terrorist organization called military knows what I mean by cutting Nigeria into two. We'll cut it into two to start with. Thank you.
Thank you so much, PM. Thank you, National Opinion. We move. Please make your question very quick and brief. Mazi Chidera, MNK, please bring your question up very quickly.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, my PM. I greet you, sir. I want to say a very big thanks to you for coming up, to shed more light on what is happening. I just have a few questions to ask. We know that Biafra remains enviable to other countries, just like you have likely said. We are not going to deny who we are. So what I want to ask is that, what if this war escalates? How will it contribute towards gearing or the declaration of Biafra? Will it going to help us in the declaration of Biafra? Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Of course, everything worketh for good for them that love God. Have that answered your question?
I didn't hear you clearly. It was being brief.
I said, definitely it is going to work for the good of Biafra, for the freedom of Biafra. Like the Bible said, everything worketh for good for them that love God. And we are the people that love God. We are the people of God. Thank you. And then also, please mute yourself because I'm hearing my voice. And then also to the brother. I think we can connect.
I have to remove him. Go ahead.
And then also to the brother that asked the question previously, that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu had an Israeli flag on his timeline.
Hello, good afternoon, sir. Please mute yourself again. If you mute yourself, we'll remove you. Mute yourself until you are called upon. Until I ask you to unmute, please.
That Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has an Israeli flag on his timeline. Yes, he does. He does have Israeli flag on his timeline, just like myself. If you go to my Twitter, to my X, you will know that the Star of David is there boldly. We're not hiding it. We're not shying away from it, from who we are. And in the Biafra flag today, you have the Star of David boldly in the center of the sun. And so, but when he was kidnapped from Kenya, the people whom were following him, the people he surrounded himself with, what did they do? They started attacking Israel. That should tell you enough. A lot you need to know. The people whom he was fighting Biafra with, who was praising him when he was in Israel, when he appeared in Israel, they were praising him, praising Israel. Immediately he was captured because they believe they have done it all. That he will never come out again. What did they do today? They are supporting Palestine. They are not abusing Israel. The same people are telling you about Biafra. And that is to show to you those who your enemies within yourself. So think about it. Thank you.
Thank you, Ebu PM. It is obvious. We know that very clearly. And now they are calling Israel the evil, and they are calling Palestinians the light, and they still say they are following Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Thank you. Please unmute yourself and bring your question. David Nanda. David Nanda.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. My Prime Minister, thank you, sir, for setting up this space for Biafrans to ask questions. I really appreciate you and I appreciate what you are doing, sir. We are very much happy. I want to ask a question. You see, before now, there was a time you asked the Southeast governors to give Biafrans, that was then when the Eastern Security Network was in place. You said the Southeastern governors should give an opportunity for the Eastern Security Network that they will make sure they get rid of all the terrorists and all the kidnappers in Biafra land, and you were not listening to. Now, since the inauguration of the Biafran Liberation Army, there have been the issue of crime in Biafra land has been minimized. Even up to this moment, Biafrans can now go to the farm. Biafrans are now sleeping with their eyes closed. I want to ask you, sir, what method, what is behind all these things that you are doing? Because even those who could not believe that Biafra land could be gotten rid of terrorists and the kidnappers are now being happy of what you are doing. What do you have? What is the method behind this? Your way of making things happen in Biafra land, even when people are doubting your resolve to that conclusion, sir. I want to know, because you have done wonderfully well that Biafrans are happy and can sleep with their two eyes closed. So what is the secret behind the success that you have achieved so far, sir? Thank you.
Thank you very much. This is a very important and very nice question. The secret is that you need to first of all identify your problem, the source of your problem. And it is applicable in every aspect of life, both in your health, both in school, both in your work life. Before you are able to solve your problem, you must identify the source of the problem. If you are sick today, you go to hospital. The doctors will conduct a series of tests to know why you are sick. And then when they identify, and they start attacking the root of that sickness. That's how things are done. So what we did was to find the root cause of the insecurity in Biafra land. And we find out that the Nigeria Terrorist Army, police, and every forces wearing the uniform of Nigeria are the source, the primary source. In fact, not just the primary source, the primary and the secondary source of this security. In addition to their killings, in addition to their extrajudicial killing, undocumented killing, forceful disappearance of Biafra people, kidnapping. So we identify the problem of insecurity and start attacking it. That's why you see that insecurity have reduced to the minimum. And the only people that are crying about insecurity are the same people who commit the crime, Nigerian security agencies. So once you engage them, the crime will reduce. And that's exactly what happened in Biafra land. You know that before the formation of the Biafra Liberation Army, kidnapping is happening or was happening at the checkpoint, Nigerian military checkpoint, Nigerian naval checkpoint, police checkpoint, Air Force checkpoint. It is only in Biafra land that you have Air Force mountain checkpoint. You have the SSS. It is only in Biafra land that you have all the different security terrorist agents in Nigeria mounted roadblock. So when you start engaging them, the kidnapping and the crime will reduce. And that's exactly what has happened. If you think I am lying, go around other Nigeria states and see what is happening there. Nobody has been able to engage them. The killing in Kaduna, they will accuse the military of aiding it. The killing in Plateau, they accuse the military of aiding it. The killing in Zamfara, they accuse the military of aiding it. Every killing in Nigeria that has recorded a mass killing of the people in Nigeria have always the military hand in it. So they are the source. They give them arms, they give them protection, they aid them, they even coordinate the attack against the people. Go to the last attack, the last 10 attacks on the in Nigeria today, you are going to hear the story of how military aided them directly. And the worst part is, or the good part is that the people, the victim, are no longer afraid to speak up. So they tell you right before your very own eyes the role the military played in the attack against their people. So the victim are telling the stories. And until they start attacking the military that are aiding this terrorist attack, they will continue to live in IDP camp. So Biafra have identified our problem and we are tackling it. Thank you.
Can I ask a follow-up question, sir?
Go ahead.
Okay, my second question is this. Don't you think that the reason why they put your names among those wanted in Nigeria is connected with the fact that you are dislodging the terrorists and the kidnappers from Biafra land?
Of course, that is the only reason. There is no other reason. The only reason is that we find out the mechanism to deal with them. And it happens that since the history of the Biafra agitation and liberation, we are the only people who have actually identified the source of the problem and tackling it. That's why you see them doing what they have never done before. That's why you see them talking about me at the National Assembly. There has never been any time that the Biafra agitators was being discussed at the National Assembly by all senators who are the product of Nigeria. And everybody, even before the kidnapping of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, they have never discussed him at the National Assembly, declaring him wanted. So you can imagine what they would do to themselves. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped in Kenya. He was not declared wanted by the state, by the terrorist state. And look at what they are doing to him now. Then you will understand, by the time if they get themselves, how they will do it. So we know, and that's why I said I am learning from what happened to others. And Nigeria will face the ruthlessness of the self-defense of Biafra people. We are just starting. They should wait until the declaration of Biafra in December 2nd. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much. But
and then also I want to use the opportunity to correct some certain information that are circulating on social media. On December 2nd, we are not declaring Biafra. For these illiterates that are going from one platform to another, shouting how someone want to declare Biafra, that you cannot declare Biafra. We are not declaring Biafra. We are declaring the restoration of independent state of Biafra. The Biafra that was declared in 1967 to 1970 is what we are declaring the restoration. And I want people to understand the English language there. Thank you.
thank you, my PM. Thank you, my PM. Everybody know that Biafra existed as a nation, and a nation that is thank you, people PM. Let's get into this. We are not just members here. We are not afraid of our haters. And that's why I brought you in the charisma. The charisma, I saw your thumbs down. Yes, and that's why I brought you in. Once you start your question, let's get you out there making you thumbs down. Please make it count. You have 60 seconds.
Okay then, good evening to you all, and thank you for bringing me up. I really have something to say because I've been joining the conversation like a lot of times, couple of times also. To me, it's not a question.
Before he starts, what he is here to do is, we have to make it very clear, he is here to ask question, not opinion. We don't need his opinion here. Let him ask question and I will address him, not his giving his opinion. Thank you.
Okay, sir. Let's ask the question. Make sure it's a question.
Okay, then let me make it a question. What's the purpose? I really want to know the purpose of declaring the Biafra nation I really want to know that. Let me make it a question. So I want to hear a very clear and very good opinion why we must make a Biafra nation in Nigeria. Thank you. That's my question.
Not in Nigeria. We're never part of Nigeria. First of all, Nigeria is never a country. And we need to start discussing the root, the root cause of the Biafra agitation. Do you know the root cause of the Biafra agitation?
It was the Republic of Nigeria, I knew, not Republic of Biafra.
Do you know how Nigeria become a country in the first place?
Of course I do.
How?
I told you, I should ask a question, let you answer. I think you are asking me a question instead.
Yeah, because you didn't answer the question. Your question.
I asked a question. Why must we declare a Biafra nation? Does Biafra come before Nigeria? Nigeria is the Republic of
Can you listen, please? Just listen. And
you say why I want to declare a Biafra. First of all, Biafra has been in existence over 5,000 years before Nigeria. Nigeria was just 100 years ago. Nigeria was forcefully amalgamated to become a country in 1914. During the amalgamation, Biafra consent was not sought. Biafra did not give their consent to become one Nigeria. And before then, Nigeria was forcefully amalgamated under the gun and bullet of a man called Lord Lugard. So it was not a free will of even your own forefathers. They rejected Nigeria. And today, after 100 years, according to the story and the agreement, they said after 100 years, people can now renegotiate the coexistence of their 18 nationalities within Nigeria's space. In 2014 was that 100 years. They swept it under the carpet. And that was the reason why we say we are not going to continue this particular union that has never favored us, the union that will never allow us to excel, to compete innovatively among other nations, the union that doesn't allow our women to have good hospital, the union that does not give, that is eradicating innovation and bringing tsunami, the union that does not allow our people to go to school and learn how to compete internationally, the union that has not given security only to supervise the death of millions of Biafrans, the union that has never brought anything on the table other than death of many nationalities. This is the union we don't want to be part of. That is the reason for Biafra declaration. Is that clear?
Yeah, Mr. Simon, it's clear. Let me say one last thing before I drop. Instead of that, I think we need to find a solution to that. Not violence. Not violence. So violence will not work. It will only.
Can he go ahead? He's making a very good comment here. Go ahead. Continue with that.
Mr. Prime Minister, violence will never work. We need to find a solution instead of violence. We need to.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
I would like to give you opportunity to say something again. Now let me address the issue of violence. The question you should be asking is, who is the one bringing the violence? Is it the Nigeria state or the Biafra people? The answer is the Nigeria state are bringing the violence, not the Biafra people. The Biafra people are just defending themselves after many years and decades of violence by the Nigeria state. From 2015 to 2017, we have witnessed wanton killing, mass murder of the Biafra agitators that were carrying ordinary flag. Are you going to call that Holy Communion? It was violent from the Nigerian state. In 2017, Mazinam Kano house was invaded with armored tank. They shoot and leveled 28 persons. According to people who were there, they said they killed over 100 persons, but 28 was reported officially. Was there any violence from the Biafra side from that time? By that time, the answer is no. In Umpo, hundreds of Biafrans were massacred, unarmed, only flag. It is the act of violence by the Nigerian state. In Aba, 150 was reported by Amnesty International in a playground, playground in school where they gathered and was chanting and singing music. The security agent of Nigeria invaded that school, killed 150 on the spot. Now, after this series of killing, I came on board. I said, I will not be part of the Biafra agitation where people will follow me and then they will get killed and I will shout and nobody listening to me. And what I'm going to do is I will activate the internationally recognized self-defense of the Biafra people. Under international law, we begin to provide the same equal measures of force that they are using to kill them. If they come with AK-47, we'll make sure that Biafra have AK-47 to defend themselves. If they come with GPMG, we'll make sure that Biafra have GPMG to defend themselves. And that's what is going on today. So who is the one who brought the violence? Is it us, who have been killed in numbers and decided to defend ourselves? Or the government, who have been killing even those who have nothing to do with Biafra, they kill them. Children, they kill them. I want you to go and reflect on this. Who are the ones who brought insecurity or violence in the eastern region of Nigeria? It is the Nigerian government, not us. We are only as a result of the attack against our people, and we defend ourselves. And today, we will not only defend, we will also embark on offensive very soon, because the best defense is to attack. We have seen that they are not going to let us be. We have seen that their plan is to exterminate Biafra people. So we will start to make life very uncomfortable by the delegitimization process we are already going. So we are going to start visiting them very soon. It's not just about to keep going and start waiting for when they come to kill us. We defend ourselves. No, we will make sure they leave our land. We are now in real business to liberate Biafra. It's no longer the time they will kill and will shout on social media. Nobody listens to us. So my brother, that is what is going on. We are defending ourselves against the violence of Nigeria state. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Would you say, now let me ask you a question, because before you were, you came as, but you were talking reasonably. So what I said now, was it a lie on the attack on Biafra?
Mr. Minister, what you say to me right now is well detailed and it's understandable also, actually. You were defending yourself, which is quite something reasonable to do. But
I know. I just asked you, I want an exact, a very good answer.
Okay.
Do you think that what I said was lies?
No, I don't think what you said was lies, because I'm a fan of, I read a lot of history, a lot of things, like I watch a lot. So what you said, like, I can't say it's a lie, because it might be true, also, maybe what I heard might be the lie or might be the true, or what you say might be the true or might be the lie, but I can't justify whether you're saying the truth or you're saying the lie.
Okay, now let me ask you, did you hear any time when IPOB were killed, about 150 of them, during the praying in Abia State in Aba?
I did hear that.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Did you also hear that they were killed in a city, in a place called Mpo, during the May 30th, 2017?
Of course,
okay, thank you.
Following the Biafra story for a very long time, for years.
Okay, thank you. And you agree with me that
That's true. I agree.
Okay, so now that's where the consequence started. So don't see it as we are the one bringing violence. We are ready for peaceful discussion to exit, and for the diplomacy, we are also following it diplomatically. That's why we have government in exile. The government in exile is to take charge of every affair of the Biafra people in diplomatically, and of course as a government. So the position of the Biafra government in exile is to follow the diplomatic channel. Why we cannot fold our hands as we fight diplomatically, we will also arm our people to defend themselves in Biafra land. And that's what is going on. So we are fighting.
Because I think your people shouldn't pay for what the Nigerian government did. Your people shouldn't pay for that, because there are going to be a lot of life that's going to the Lord. So I think your people shouldn't pay for that.
Exactly. That's what we are trying as much as possible to minimize casualties. But it is the same Nigeria state that comes to burn the houses of innocent people who has nothing to do with the Biafra movement. And because when they lose, Nigerian army are not trained to be army. They are nomadic army. They are the people, the definition of terrorism. Because the terrorism is when you use fear, install fear on people not to rise up against you, or use fear to acquire or get what you want. That is the definition of terrorism. And that's exactly what they do. So today they have been able to, put fear, install fear in many people that nobody can actually speak against them in Nigeria. And this is democracy. A democratic country where military are having checkpoints everywhere. In the entire Biafra land, you have more than 60 checkpoints from one state to another. Is that a democracy? The answer is no. So they are creating this fear using terrorism, and we are engaging them. And we just started. It is just less than 1 year. They are crying and seeking for help internationally. We are dealing with them, including the mercenaries they bring to our land. They have all been decimated. Well, ask question. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Charisma. Thank you for being very, very gentle with your question and very reasonable. And you need to go and look for some of those videos. We have evidences and we have videos. There is a clear video that is out there where you will see this Fulani army, Nigerian army, shooting directly into houses. They were shooting at the West.
Please, I would like to see, because I haven't seen any.
You haven't seen this? Okay, no problem. If you can just DM me on my DM these videos, you're going to see them all for yourself. And then you will pass the message across. You know that we are not the ones that are looking for trouble. We just want to defend ourselves and then live in peace. Thank you very much. And Chukwu Kadama, bless you. Thank you. All right, we'll move ahead. And the question should come now from Brother Don. Brother Don, please unmute yourself and bring your question. Yeah.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening, my PM, the guy that is doing it the best way ever. I just want to a question really, but not quite a question because there are no question I can ask to PM that really that he has already covered everything he's doing. He's doing it by the template. I want to help this brother now that asked question about Nigeria and one thing. Please, there is one thing people don't know. If you go and use artificial intelligence, AI, or chat GPT, ask about Nigeria, ask about Biafra, it will give you, because it says you don't know about these things, it will bring out everything you want. It will even tell you about the man PM and the man, our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. You're talking about evidence about killing people. These people, me standing here, these people killed my father in Bariki Ladi. So if I rise up today and say I'm defending my own people, you said, why say we didn't take any violence to them? Please, they are the ones, like our PM is saying, all checkpoints mounted everywhere. It's just a place, that we are so, we make money. We are people and they just come to collect money and kill, and they are using us as a business hub. PM, please keep it on. Just keep it on. I can't say anything. The Israelites are our brothers, and our brothers, they will be for eternity. But one other thing is that these people, they tell you kidnapping. I don't like people using arrest for our leader. Please. All those people that use it, take it away when it made a slip of tongue. It's not arrest, they kidnapped him. And if you go into the Bible, it said Abraham begat. The Nigerian government from Buhari, from everyone, they begat all the kidnappers you see. People moving everywhere. That's their children.
Ka ndị be anyị daalụ nne nụ ngị bụ onye ọma na-ege ntị ka isi wee nụkwa n'onu anyị and ka isi wee sorola anyị n'ihe anyị na-eme n'ife anyị mere n'ụbọchị nke taa na Eastern News 24. anyị si na ọ ya dịrị nche niile na mma na Chukwuka abịa ma ya nọrọ ya ofu na ofu, otu anyị kwuru otu aka ya dịrịrị. ise dịka o si dị, ụ na-anụgo n'ihe Biafran Prime Minister kwugasị dị iche iche, and chetakwa na ihe a bụ evening tea. Before anyị aga n'elu ikwu okwu dị aha anyị chọrọ ikwu nke ịbụ abụ, ọ bụrụ na ihe a ka bụ ụbọchị ize gị na-esoro anyị na Eastern News 24, kabalụ ka ị join anyị and subscribe or turn on your notification ka ịlapụ miss any of our daily update. Ọ dị ezigbo mkpa ụmụchukwu n'elu akwụkwọ ka ịlapụ miss ya, maka na ebe ị ga na-eweta latest information na-emenụ ka ịma ka esi azụ onwe gị. Dịka o si dị, anyị jikwala ada ekene mmadụ dịka PM and also bụ ndị n'ọrụ n'ụlọ okwu, Maazị Nnamdi Kanu bụ onye ndu nke ndị Igbo. Chukwuka abịa ma ya nọnyere gị. Ikpe gị na-abịa na 19th, Chukwuka abịa ga-enye gị freedom. Ise ị ga-ewere onwe gị, ọ nwere ife onye ịrọpụrụ ime gị, maka ife ị na-ekwu bụ eziokwu. Chukwuka abịa masị gị kwuo eziokwu, a na-akụrọ mmiri. The gospel of Chukwuka abịa ya ka ọ na-ezi. Cheki ife niile onye ndu kwuru, bịakọ ka creator cheki stock ya bụ ife niile a bụ ife n'ime obodo kịta. Chinefe a na-anụ ọzọ anọgide asị na senate enye ya 500 million. Gịnị ka a jizi ya eme? And people nọ na-ata afọ, anọgide si mba not 255 million. What is happening? sometimes na-ajụ ndị bayo gịnị na-eme na anyị ka e mere anyị ife a anọgide asị na eburu ụmụ akwụkwọ 200 and something Christians to tell you that this country can never be one. Ọ bụrụ ofu chekie ya ọ bụkwa a ga-asịkwa nọ ndị Biafra Liberation Army bie eje bugo n'ụmụaka na Sokoto a ga-akpọkọfa afa na to tell you the country the bias everything is not working, nothing is working. What ife na-alụ ọrụ everything dey paralyzed ka onye ike ụwago chekie ya na ife anyị na-agwụ bụ eziokwu ịghọtago $1 na exchange onye agha ndụrụ over na 750 now today is sending bụ almost 1,658 naira. Imagine Igbo bụ Igbo gwụnakọ ha m n'ọnụ kabalụ ka kọmentị ya n'ihe and share ya ọ dị mkpa ka o lichie more of our blooders and bleeders ka ha mara ife na-eme n'obodo. Daalụ nne ngwanụ ka emesịa n'ume Igbo.